So the next year I try out for the Dolphins. That's when Damon winning the show.
Hey, what's going on? Players Lounge, Aaron Murray here, and we're with Damon Wilson for our 4th episode of the Rising Stars series, the next studs for the University of Georgia. Appreciate you taking some time again this year to sit with me.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. What's the feeling heading into year 2 for you? Just kind of the offseason, the workouts, school, a little bit more confidence, or still a lot to unpack?
I mean, as right now, I feel like there's a lot of confidence going into the second season. We've put a lot of time in school-wise, just learning the system and being around the guys, and just football overall has just excelled for me. I feel I've gotten a lot better going against the great scout guys, E.G., Mems, Tate, Said, Trust. It's a lot of them.
A lot of first-round guys you go against.
A lot of elite guys that go against every day.
So I wasn't eavesdropping, but you were talking about your weight when we were walking into the room. I think you're on the phone with your dad. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you're working on this year? Put on a couple pounds, take off pounds, body fat? Like what goes into getting to where you need to be?
I'd say my injury was a blessing. It allowed me to take some time off and gain my weight, because during the season I was in my 230s and I was struggling to put on weight. Now I'm in my higher 240s, 245. So I feel like right now it's a comfortable weight. Maybe work up to 250 and just see where it goes from there.
Is that a mixture of obviously eating a lot and working out there? Like, what are you changing? Like, what's the bigger change? Like lifting heavier weight or just eating a crap ton of food?
Just not doing anything. That was the first time in my life I took 2 weeks off and just wasn't able to move, wasn't able to do anything. So this weight just kind of stuck. But now being able to work out and being able to live by myself, I can cook a little bit cleaner, not eat American deli and that kind of stuff. So eat just a lot better now.
Yeah, we get the 5-star dining facility right there in the Butts-Mere.
We do. Bones. Yeah. Bones is top tier.
What's your favorite meal and your go-to meal at Bones?
I do like the breakfast. I like the eggs, bacon, sausage, grits. I make a breakfast bowl. That's good. And then I like the paninis. They have good quesadillas. I'll say Bones has really good food overall. You know.
All right, I want to go back to you talking about the challenges of going against that offensive line every day in scout team. Like, what did you learn as a highly rated guy that's probably never struggled in your life? You're a big guy. Obviously, we know high school guys, you probably just ran right through them. What was, I guess, that first humbling experience, and then what did you learn about your technique that needed to improve?
My first was, because I would say I'm pretty strong, but learning you just can't manhandle everybody. Like, you have to add your technique and what God gifted you with. For me, it was my arm length, my speed. So I had to start using that and really rely on that more. And then just like also learning that I had to pair up my moves and add different things to my bag rather than just what was working in high school. So over that whole year, I was just building my moves. When I go against Mems, I'm like, all right, what move am I using against him? Because I just can't just do anything against him. You have to be strategic about everything you do. So when I go in the game now, I'm not just freelancing. I'm strategically planning each move. And that's what I like about just Georgia is the practice. Practice is more fun to me than the game, because it's just like you learn so much more in a practice than you ever will in a game.
Yeah. So obviously offensive linemen, tackles, they study you. They study your moves. Are you doing a swim? You doing a spin? Like kind of what you do up on scrimmage. So I always feel like it's easier to study a defensive lineman than necessarily an offensive lineman.
Yes.
Like, but can you learn certain things in offensive lineman, or are they all pretty much the same? Obviously different physical abilities, but more of like, do some guys punch better than others or use different moves?
Me and Ernest, we used to sit next to each other all last year. So we just talked about our different moves. And one day, me and Ernest were just telling each other like how we feel could get us better. Like what moves you do, what moves just like that. And I sit next to Tate, and he's a 3-tech. So when I rush from a 3, now I can talk about what I do. But it's just so much like we just pass off and just work with each other. Because like if we both get each other better, the whole team will be better instead of just trying to work on myself. So I just like who I sit next to in my locker. Like that just helps a lot.
See, I always just thought you were just a bunch of big guys that, I'm sure the average fan, they just think it's a bunch of big guys that just run into each other. Like there is a finesse and beauty to the entire thing that I think a lot of people don't really understand. They think of receivers, DBs, the moves, the hand fighting at times, but what you guys do in the inside is pretty awesome. Cool. Talk about your coach and what he's meant to you during your time. Oh, I don't want to mispronounce his name. Uzo Duribe.
I call him Coach D.
Okay, Coach D. There we go. Easy peasy. Coach D. What have you learned from him this first year that you're going to try to work on, or things that he wants you to work on?
The mental game, I feel like that's the biggest aspect overall. Like just really diving into film and understanding the defensive breakdown and cover 3 and all that. Being in high school, you just learn, go rush, go get ball.
Yep.
Now there comes a point in time where you have to learn the job for the inside linebacker, what a cornerback's doing next to you, what a D tackle's doing to you, right next to you. So learning all the keys and the parts and the flows of defense rather than just doing what you do is just going to make me a better player. And I think that's what I've been taking from him, because he knows the game way better than I ever knew, even close. So just Coach Rebate, just a great coach overall.
What makes being a defensive end at Georgia different than anywhere else? Kind of like the responsibilities, the overall structure of the defense. Like what goes into your role that maybe is a little bit unique compared to other places?
I don't really feel like it's much different. Rather than I feel like to have a great team, you need a great edge, because you don't want the ball being able to run outside of you. You want to get sacks. Like all that is just important. So I feel like just an edge overall is an important position. And then when you have someone who could do it at a high level, it just boosts the team up even better. So I don't know. I just like playing.
It's a good place to be.
It's a great place to be.
Great place to be. You had a couple guys on the inside that come back, Warren, Nazir, obviously a ton of more. I mean, you guys are just loaded up front. But when some of those guys made the announcement that they're coming back, like as a unit, I know different inside, outside, all that, you move around a little bit, but what was that like for the defense, knowing that, man, we got all these guys back, we got some key pieces at linebacker back, we got some key pieces at the defensive back. Like, what are the expectations and the excitement with the returners?
Dominance. I feel like if we don't come back and do what we did last year to a higher level, and then I think we fail. I think the guys that we have in our room, we can get the job done. From Sam to Chaz to Nas to Warren, Big Baby, Percy. We have an elite room from inside to outside, all across the defensive floor. So I have no worries on our defense at all. Yeah.
I don't think anybody does. With that staff and with Kirby, obviously that defense is going to be nice.
It's going to be scary.
I want to go back to a game last year. You're a kid from Florida. I'm from Florida. I think we talked about this a little bit last year on the freshman show, but like playing in that game, going against home state school in Florida, getting a sack in the game, like what did that mean for you and the excitement and kind of your overall, you talk about the mental game, like mentally, how good did that feel? I
mean, it felt good, but it's always next play mentality, because that's what I go in there to do. I'm a third down guy, so if I'm not trying to get a sack, then what am I in there for? So, I mean, that's always my goal, but I think the goal is to always just keep getting more, right? Because all I had this year was a 0.5, and freshman year was just a building year, so now it's to see what I can do now with the knowledge I had last year, and I think right now we're at 210 days to the first game. I have 210 days to get better. That's a lot of time.
A lot of time. That's a lot of time.
Almost a year.
You look at the schedule. What anything that gets you a little bit more excited than the other? Or?
I am so excited. Like you have no idea. I get to go to Bama. I get to go to Texas. I get to play Clemson. This is a childhood dream. Woo! Childhood dream to go walk in Bama and go play them boys. And Texas. Like I never thought I was gonna be able to play Texas till the new changing of the schedules and all that. I'm excited. This is a great year. We get to play Ole Miss away. Like the whole season, I'm excited.
How do you not peak too soon?
What do you mean?
Like pace yourself a little bit. No. You know, like is there a worry of that, or it's full throttle?
It's full throttle.
I guess you're young. You can go hard. Yeah.
I'm excited.
12 straight months.
Oh, happy.
All right. Goals. We'll finish like this. What are your goals, 2024?
I have no stat goals right now. I just want to be a good teammate. Just get my game better, because I have 2 more years here, 3, 2, 1, whatever it is. I mean, I just want to be a better football player. I mean, stats. Georgia has showed me stats don't matter. You could just be a ball player and just show that you know what to do. You have sports IQ, football IQ, and you're just an athlete. You got a chance. Yeah. And so the stats never really mattered to me. I just want to be an elite edge player. Sacks and set the edge.
All right, love it. All right, well, that is episode number 4 of Rising Stars. Damon Wilson, future stud at the defensive end position. Appreciate it, man. Good luck rest of the offseason.
All right. Thank you.